Hey y'all, hey, it's your girl Tay. Welcome to Live with Tay, where we have real conversations with amazing people that you need to know. And you know I always give you that hot music to add to your playlist. So let's go ahead and get right into it. My guest tonight has been coined the Independent Soul King. He's a two-time Grammy nominee, and he just dropped a must-add to your playlist. Beautifully all over the place. Welcome to Live with Tay, the amazing Mr. Eric Roberson.
Hey, thank you so much, Tay. That was great.
Listen, you have been coined the Independent Soul King.
Wow.
Being independent in an industry where a lot of people like to chase after the deals or whatnot, what has kept you being true to yourself and being independent along this journey?
I think freedom, I started because the record deals weren't working for me. Hey, if you want to get a record deal, I think it's more than fine and that can work for somebody. And that's going to be a chosen certain amount of people. Not everybody can do that. But I also don't believe that you wait on it. I think if it's not there for you and you feel that you have the abilities and audience as well, why not service your crowd? And I've been fortunate to really win a lot of people over, and I'm still this day surprised. Wow. So for me, I still hear music, I still hear ideas, still excited to make music. So that's the main thing, and then I have complete control. So if you have control of what you make, why limit yourself, right? So I'm like, man, I'm trying to make the best thing I could possibly make and have fun doing it.
I love it. I love it. And so while we're talking about having fun doing it, this is the 18th studio album. When I read that, I said, I low-key feel old because it don't feel that long. So it's the 18th studio album, beautifully all over the place. It is from BJ the Chicago Kid, which I thought that was my jam, but you done messed me up now with this one.
My brother.
This one right here, Trust in Love, featuring my guy, Jay-Sean Champion.
Yeah.
Tell us, how was it just making this particular album that stood out from the others that you've done?
Well, I think a lot of it was just getting back to just enjoying the production side of it. I took a break from really producing once I started having kids and didn't have the time to kind of spend in the studio like I used to. But it's funny, I was showing this. You see this pole right here? It's right here. That used to be a wall. And I actually, last year, it was my vocal booth was back here, and I knocked the wall down just so I could put more equipment in the room.
I love it.
So, just trying to find comfort. And at the same time, being very transparent, we've had some illness in my family, and that's been a dark, thing to try to navigate through.
Yeah.
And music was my answer for the last 2 years. It was like when the days were heavy and the medical field wasn't really answering our answers, the questions like we wanted, I would retreat to the keyboard or the guitar, and whatever I poured into it, it helped me get through those storms. And I think you can hear it in this album as well. So Beautifully All Over the Place means a whole bunch of things. It was probably one of my toughest years and happiest years at the same time, right? One of the most fragile years, but most present years at the same time. So just really trying to show up in that, I think, will I say it's the best album I've made? I don't know. Everyone else is to choose that. What I will tell you is probably the most transparent album I've made. So I just love it. And I'm really thankful for it and thankful that now we have it out for people to enjoy as well.
Well, listen, as a true music lover, I am enjoying it all of the things. I'm enjoying all of the things. So you all, if you follow my page, you already know I've given you a snip of the video. But since Eric is here, I got some questions. Y'all stick around for just a second. This is Live with Tay, and we're going to take a look at his latest video, Trust in Love, featuring Jay-Sean Champion, here on Live with Tay. Now, Eric, you said that you got sons. I know that they were trying to comfort you with them dance moves. They're probably trying to take your dance moves.
Yeah.
Is this, tell us about the making of this video, because when I say the entire video, which is out now on YouTube, is a whole vibe.
Yeah. Shout out to the director, Stephen John. We actually shot 5 music videos in 2 days. And this was the first video we shot on day 2. And it's also having some members from this great dance organization in Philadelphia called Philadanco that came in and did some dancing for this one as well. And it was just having a good time. Me and Jay Sean, that's my brother, right? So we are always clowning and laughing and joking. And it just showed and spilled into the video, showing us really having fun, having a good time. And man, he's a great guy, man. And we trying to show the world that, us big guys can move, you know what I mean, as well. So watch out, little skinny dancers. We coming for all y'all.
I love it. I love it. I love it. And it's been just going just crazy on social media. I've seen the roller skating Bishop. So many people are getting into it. And so as a music lover, thank you for bringing the fun. It's a dance feel. It's just a feel good song that when it comes on, it just makes you just want to, get into it. And so you mentioned that this particular project is, very transparent for you, beautifully all over the place, dealing with your father being ill. And then I know last year, I was just loving the fact that you really took a stance and were vocal about the importance of mental health in the Black community, but especially with Black men.
Yeah.
So with this particular project, does it still give us some insight into the feelings of mental health and your stance on that?
100%. There's on September 17th, we're releasing the next single, and it's a song called "Fight Through It All." And it's the first line of the song is "I believe I deserve to be happy," and it's really about finding. What's interesting was the last video we shot the first day was "Fight Through It All," and we had 20 people come in and volunteer to write and showcase what they're fighting through. We had everything from lung cancer to dementia to pulling your hair out to depression. It was the heaviest video we've ever shot, but yet it was also the most rewarding. And the people that are there, it was realizing we were doing this for a purpose that people that are watching it won't feel alone. We have something we're fighting through as well. But I believe that we got to fight through it. If you woke up today and you have another opportunity, you have an opportunity to fight for what you deserve. Right. And I think it's a peace of mind, it's satisfaction. And I don't think that it's something that we should take for granted, that we don't have to work on. Right. Or we don't have to wait on, not wait like time and wait, but wait like a server. Like I'm going to plant the seed and water it and make sure that the light is shining on it, cut the branches that might add too much shade or whatever. I want it to grow. And I think with our mental health, I think it's important that we as Black men and Black women hold each other accountable, to get past the first layer, not just how you doing. I'm doing good. No, I'm not going to accept that. I want to stay here and wait on you for you to give me the real answer of how you feel, so that hopefully I can talk you through it or hold you accountable so that we both can feel better by the time the conversation's over. And I think it's just being more transparent so that, let me say this. Songwriting has always been a great release for me. Through my travels, I met people who said, I feel that way. I just never had a way of understanding or to be able to describe it. And that would be torturous for me to think that I would have a feeling and wouldn't be able to release it or describe it or identify to it. So it's a blessing that, we can share something that someone can attach themselves to feel better, So I think it's just any chance I can to uplift that, I try to. And I try to practice it as well. I think it's important that we don't just preach about it. You got to practice it. I want people to see me practicing a perception diet.
You took the words out of my mouth. I saw an interview where you talked about that. And I have to say transparently, I said, you know what, Eric? That way to think, the perception diet, and Weatherman, your essay. So tell
Yeah.
those that may have missed that interview a little bit about the essay that you wrote titled Weatherman.
So it's so interesting with this Weatherman. So we have a book called Beautifully All Over the Place that's coming out with the album.
Mm-hmm.
And Weatherman is an essay in the book that says I have the ability to be a weatherman. I can control the weather, right? I can have the sun shine through this storm, at any point. And for me, a lot of times it's going to the keyboard or writing a song, right? So but it could be playing music, it could be reading a book, it could whatever. We all had to figure out what the formula is for us, that no matter how cloudy it is, I could say, but I'm alive, I'm breathing, I have opportunity, and I can lean on something that can make me feel better or remind me that God loves me, right? And then the other aspect of it is, yes, perception diet. So I'll say that, I'm currently technically literally on keto right now, right? I'm on a keto diet, lost a couple pounds, it's all good. So I'm cutting out sugar and carbs so I can look better.
Okay.
But I'm also on a reflux diet because I have bad reflux. I'd have vocal cord surgery 10 years ago because of a blood hemorrhage through the reflex, right? Reflux. So I'm on a reflux diet. I cut out acidic things so that I can sing better, right? But I'm also on a perception diet where I work on cutting out negative things.
That's good.
So that I could feel better, right? And I think that's the main thing. Like, I try to remove most and mind you, everybody's perception diet should be different, right? But if you need to move out envious things or negative energy or watching certain things that pull your spirit out, like, I try to stay away from certain things so that I can look at this interview as a blessing. I can look at getting on stage after flying all day on a crazy layover as a great opportunity. That person that comes up after the show with questions on maybe how to balance family and music is not a burden. I'm tired, I just finished. No, I want to approach that like I remember when I asked that question, right? Or was yearning to ask Najee or one of my heroes, Mark Kibble from Take Six. I remember asking them questions that I needed answers to. So for me, I try to make sure that that my perception is as positive as possible so that I can receive the blessings that are really meant for me out there. And guess what? I mean, some of us have a much harder battle. That if you're dealing with like bipolar disorder or anything of that nature, it's a heavier storm, but it doesn't mean you can't fight.
That's good. That's good.
Doesn't mean, it's funny. And this is, I know I'm jumping over, but let me just say this.
No, it's good. Now in the comments, they feeling it, because I'm telling you, it changed my life this week, and you checked me with that.
So, it's all good.
But iron sharpens iron. So
yes, one of my good friends, and I wasn't going to say his name, but I'm going to say his name because it's all true, and it's not a lie, and he's very transparent. My good friend Michael Collier, great comedian, legendary comedian, actor, was strung out on crack for many years. Before I knew him, he had a long period. He openly talks about it. We went out to dinner one time a couple years ago, and I asked him, I said, do you miss crack? Like, he's been clean, right? He don't drink, don't smoke, don't do anything. He's been clean for years. But I said, man, but like, I hear how addicting it is. Do you miss it? He said, I miss it every day. The pull of it pulls me every day. But giving into it is not worth losing a relationship with my wife. It's not worth losing a relationship with my kids. It's not worth risking this joy and the presence that I have when I get on stage now. I get that pull, but that pull ain't worth it, right? It's not worth it. And I think that's the part where we have to remind ourselves of, and a lot of times, like when I walk past that pantry, them Oreos be calling me. Right?
They calling my name right now.
Listen, this guy, I ain't had an Oreo in a long time, so it's calling me. But it's like, we have to get through and understand what's more important. And for me, it may not be as extreme as crack and things of that nature, right? But it is for me going, what's more important? And for me, it's like, can I get on this stage being able to listen to what I need to hear. Can I walk into the upstairs when my kids are we have dinner and my wife who's cooked an amazing meal, amen. Can I be in the best mind to receive them, right? And I think that's the thing, because if you let fatigue or stress or whatever really control, you might miss what's really meant for you. You know what I mean? So that's the thing I'm just constantly working on.
No, and I love that. And so the book, let's talk about that. So if you're just tuning in, we've got Eric Roberson. His 18th studio album is out. You can get it at ericrobersonmusic.com. It's beautifully all over the place. And you got a book that's coming with. So the people, we want to know more about this book, because you got some wisdom and we're trying to get these gems. So tell us more about that.
So the book is we actually started before the album. A lot of the album is in the book, and a lot of the book is in the album. And each chapter is so interesting. It's factually all over the place, transparently all over the place, artistically all over the place, poetically all over the place, romantically all over the place. So it's different chapters, and everything I'm talking about right now is in the book as well. And I'm really proud, and shout out to my editor Reagan, who's doing a masterful job of helping and kicking my butt as well and challenging me, right? Like, she said this amazing thing. I was writing, and she said, "Oh man, this line really blew me away." And I said, "Should every line blow you away?" And she was like, No, because then I wouldn't be able to really take the whole thing in. But it doesn't hurt to have a line on each page go, right? I'm like, okay, that's the goal, right? You know what I mean? So, and you need to hear that, because I wouldn't know. I'll be like,
because this is a new world for you, right? Writing, and then putting it in, and writing a book. Although it's both writing, it's a little different, right?
It's different rules. Different rules. So I'm trying to build an overall concept, and just even sharing, like, factually is where we start, right? And the first page is called Swimming Lessons, and it's I've taught my kids, I've taught my family how to swim, right? And my nieces and nephews, I've taught them how to swim, and my sister and my nephew, last summer I taught them how to swim in 30 minutes, both of them at the same time, right?
Okay, what's yourself, because I don't know how to swim.
So this is
very family vacation, because I need to
learn. So here we go. So whenever you're ready, Tay, I'm ready, right? But I'll break it down into this. So the hardest thing, Tay, would be to get you in the water.
Right.
Get you in the water, because in the water is where the fear is at. The fear of drowning, the fear of, not being able to stay afloat, right? So once I get you in the water, the first thing I'm gonna show you factually, I'm gonna fill my lungs up with air, and I'm gonna lay on my back, and I'm gonna float. I'm gonna show you that as long as I have air in my lungs, I won't sink, right? I'll show that as much as I can to factually put that in your brain. And then we're going to try it. Now, Tay, most 90% of the time, I'll say, take a deep breath, fill your lungs up with air. I'm going to remove my hands, and then you're going to stress, and you're going to go, oh my God, and you're going to start to sink, right? And we're going to go through that process until you trust it. Because the simple thing is, you're going to ask for help. You're going to call to God, but he already gave you what you need to stay afloat. The very thing you use to call for help is the very thing he gave you to stay afloat.
Listen, we got to pass the collection plate.
Come on,
because you done dropped the word.
No, but listen, it's the same thing. So the equivalent of swimming lessons, because listen, once I teach that, everything else, it takes 2 seconds. Just move your arm, move your feet, you're going to be good, right? So, but in life, right? We'll get these sinking feelings, and we'll forget the fact that everything God gave us to get through the stresses and to stay afloat, he's already given you already, right? So when dealing with something heavy, take the time to breathe. Take the time to use what he gave you to get through and stay afloat. It's very simple. So come on, Jay. I know that's right. Come on, I'll take it, hey, man. So factually all over the place is all just factual connections to, like, You know, Jolinda, thank you very much. Wow, you know, it's very, very true. It's very, very true. And it's also like really trying to find that layer, because I could really just sit here and talk about in the essay about really swimming, but
Mm-hmm.
but guess what? Our life is we're surrounded by a pool of things that we fear. And I try
Mm.
to live fear based and in what I'm sinking in and things of that nature. So I think people really enjoy it. There's some fun stuff in the book as well.
I
It's
can
beautiful, but
imagine.
it's got everything in there.
But you're keeping the balance with it. And so I got to ask this question because
Yeah.
we like to have authentic conversations. And so even as I'm listening to you, that sounds good in the moment, right? But how does Eric move past the fear? Because again, sometimes we may, I'll use swimming. My cousin drowned. And so mentally in my head,
Right.
there's a block in
Right.
regard to getting in the water because I'm associating it with the loss of a loved one via
Right.
swimming, right? Although I know, well, if I would learn how to swim, my chances is going to be better if I'm in that situation, right?
Totally.
So I'm trying to use your perception diet to that. Like there has to be some, if I learn this, then my chances are
And
going
that's
to be
what we're talking
better
about.
than if I don't.
So to answer that, what I always say is nature is factual, right?
Mm-hmm.
So I don't have the answer to why this very second right now a 3-year-old has cancer throughout their body, right? Or that, and sorry for your loss, that your cousin drowned, right? In Malcolm Jamal Warner, under those particular circumstances where you're in a certain tide,
Yeah.
listen, that gravitational pull, that's not happening in the swimming pool. And that's something else that you have to learn and fight through. And maybe what he was fighting to keep the other person in the water alive, I believe might have been his daughter or whatever.
Mm-hmm.
There's a level of fight in that's different, right? But I would tell you, I just finished reading this book called The Hidden Life of Trees,
Mm.
right? And it's talking about, once again, nature is factual. It's something I've been saying. So I needed something to kind of back up that aspect. So sure, what you said is fear. Um, what we have to understand is that some things are not meant for us to know. The crazy part is that when a tree falls, let's see, lightning strikes it and it falls, it breaks from its root and falls, it will now just go into another form of life. It will no longer be the tree that's growing. It may be a home for certain animals. It may disintegrate into humus and be fertilizer for the ground. It will go into another thing that transcends, that we may not understand and see. But my answer to you really is, if you really want faith, if you really want to understand faith, right, which is the opposite of fear,
Yeah.
just look outside. The trees know when to shed their leaves. The flowers know when to bloom. The squirrels know when to pick up their nuts. The birds know when to fly south, right?
Mm.
Because we have choice and difficulty and ego and insecurity and all this other stuff, we will actually push away our purpose.
Mm.
No, that scares me. I'm going to
That
do that.
listen, that's a whole pep talk in itself. Listen, listen, you'd have messed me up with that one, but listen, I appreciate it. And again, I need for everybody watching this live, I need you to forward it to your cousin, your mama, everybody, and make sure that they know to go to
What's
ericrobersonmusic.com.
up?
I need you to go there. I need you to go there because not only do I want you to get the digital download, but he got vinyl. And it's
Havana too, yeah.
about the way that vinyl hits. It hits different. And so it's definitely a good one. Plus, you can get his book. He's already given you a sneak peek of what's to expect from the
Yeah.
book and all of the merchandise because he's coming to Atlanta to City Winery. And I hope he brings one of them hats because I need to get my merchandise
Yeah.
because beautifully all over the place is a movement. And if we're all honest with ourselves right now, with everything that's going on in the world, a lot of
Mhm.
us are all over the place. And so we
Mhm.
have to find the beauty of living through that chaos and finding the beauty in where we're at. So, that's what it is. That's my endorsement for that. But before Eric gets out of here, I got a couple of games. And Eric has told me that he's a good game player. So
Let's
let's
go.
just see how well. I believe in him. I believe in him. So my first question is the fact that music, we've talked about, it heals, it lifts us. What's on Eric Roberson's playlist? Give me one song. It could be yours or somebody else's that is your go-to when you need your spirits lifted.
Ooh, man. So I have a playlist called Breakfast, and I'm gonna answer it. I'm gonna answer it by going to it. And Breakfast is a playlist that it is consists of unskippable music, right? So it's based off of, and I'm just gonna stop and pick a song. I'm gonna pick
Okay.
a song
I
from
need
everything on here.
playlist though. We gotta
So
talk.
so man, I put on "Passing Me by Far Side. But right under it is "You Brought the Sunshine" by the Clark Sisters. That should tell you, and then right under that is "I Feel for You" by Prince. So that should show you that that is as ratchet as a hip hop song, and as a gospel song, and then Prince, "I Feel for You." So
It's
you know, for
balance.
me, it's a balance, and I'm just trying to receive some. Like, to me, there's no one particular go-to for me. It'll be a playlist, and I'm constantly adding to this breakfast playlist, because when I'm making pancakes and all is right in the world and the sun is coming through, I got a certain music that I need to rock to. Man.
Make
So yeah,
that pancake a little bit more fluffier. I
come
feel
on
you.
now, you
That.
know it.
So in your career, you have done some amazing collaborations.
Yeah,
Deshaun Champion, Layla Hathaway, Anthony Davis. I mean, the list can go on and on. So thinking about a dream collaboration with an artist past or present that you have not done a collaboration with as of yet, who would that be?
Erica Badu.
Yes!
Very easy.
Yes!
It'll
Yes!
be Erica Badu. Very,
Eric,
very easy. So if you're hearing this, Erica, I'm ready whenever you are.
the manifestation is there, and I could say it all happened here on Live with Tay. That's it. That's all. My last one for you. This is a fun one.
Okay.
Now, the word on the curb is not only the fact that you are the independent soul king, but the word on the curb is that Eric got the best freestyles in the game. That is what I've heard. That is what I have heard. So, gonna give you a word, and
Okay.
I need you to come up with the freestyle here on Live with Tay.
Okay.
Y'all to share this with everybody, because y'all don't realize what's about to go down. The freestyle word is beautiful. What you got?
Beautiful. Okay. So I think the word today is beautiful. You are, so I think it is suitable. Now check it out. I feel I'm in a cubicle, but this really don't feel unusual. We got people in the chat, see Keisha and Celie. I really see all Lily and Hatchet. Keisha, all the people that's talking. This feel just as easy as walking. So I want to say, live on Tay today, feeling great. Hopefully y'all can relate. We just see having fun. Sorry we might be done, but this is Live with Tay with Eric Roberson.
Listen, y'all give it up. I'm telling you, he's the freestyle king. The people are going crazy in the comments. Look, they see you. They see you. They see you.
I see you too.
We see y'all too. So make sure that you go ahead and get his latest project, which is out now. I'm telling y'all, it is a must add to anybody's playlist. Beautifully all over the place. And again, if you are in the Atlanta area, listen, he is doing a temporary residency here, October 2nd through the 5th. Now, City Winery tickets is getting low for a couple of them dates. So you think long, you think wrong. You better go ahead and get them tickets and meet him at City Winery Atlanta, or you could travel to Nashville, because I think Nashville is right after.
Coming up right after that, yeah.
Right after that. But either way, make sure, I have seen him 1,000 times. You never disappoint at a show. It's always a good time. And thank you so much for stopping by Live with Tay. We are fans of you always, and we will continue to let everybody know about the greatness, which is Eric Roberson. So thank you so much. I appreciate you so much.
That means a lot. This was great. I had a great time.
Well, good. Yes. Well, y'all know I couldn't leave you without a pep talk. So real quick before we get out of here, the pep talk's inspired by Eric Roberson. So remember, life can leave you feeling all over the place, but remember, there's beauty in your chaos, and life is really beautifully all over the place. Until next time, y'all, this is your girl Tay. Remember, in life, everyone can use a little pep talk. And if you need one, I got y'all. All right. Peace. Bye.